Countdown begins. 4,
3,
2,
1.
Zero. It's time to get up. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. The time is 4 minutes past 5 in the morning, and as you can see, someone noticed something is off. Whatever it is, he knows I have extreme back pain right now, or if it is that he knows I am leaving. They all kind of the same right now. Oh. Fiona doesn't want to talk. She's mad. Hi, bitchy. Hi. You have a? No. Daddy is going to be showing up at 6 o'clock. And then I'm leaving. I'm sorry, but I'm leaving for 6 days. Please don't be mad at me. Just 6 days. Uncle, Grandpa Daddy is gonna come and look after you guys. Yeah, Grandpa Daddy. I got a lot of treats before anyone starts judging me. There's more than enough treats here for 3 months for me. He's gonna be allowed to give them 1 bag a day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7. So he's gonna be allowed to give them 1 bag a day. Just because I'm not here. It's simple as that. That's why. So yeah. I was planning on taking my computer with me. Currently reevaluating that one right now. The reason why I wanted the computer with me is because I play a game called Game of Thrones. And I just renewed my shield. So no one can attack me for 7 days. I'll be home before that. It's a 6 days trip. So that's a good thing. I was thinking about taking the computer with me because then I can do some writing and that kind of stuff. But then I realized I could technically do that on my phone. That's a possibility. And then I can email it to myself, or I can put it into a document and then copy it, or anything like that. I can still do what I want to do, and that way I can use the function that there is talk to text on my phone to help me get things down a little bit faster when I'm not in the bus or something like that. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna save some space in my carry-on. And I got snacks. I did have to take one of the granola bars this morning because I ate my breakfast last evening because I was hungry for some sweets. So yeah, sorry about the ankle, by the way. And when I was trying to adjust the phone, I turned off the camera, so that's why you had that glitch. So yeah, it's the waiting game. I'm gonna have Daddy come by later to scoop the poop and all that kind of stuff. You're not gonna do it now because I can barely move. So I'm just gonna chill. Put up some extra food bowls, some extra water bowls, and show Dad what I have for him when he comes, and then we can get going. Thank you, Daddy, for driving me. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, here with a voiceover, and as you probably can hear my voice, I did get sick on this trip. This voiceover is done in my own home, so if you hear the cats in the background, that's why. So, Dad dropped me off, and Hanston Reiser was a wonderful company to work with. They were very good at giving us instructions. They were very good at explaining things and national marks. They also was very, very generous with flyers and that kind of stuff. So one thing I noticed when I got through the countries, Germany is very, very, very flat and do not have much of trees and that kind of stuff. However, the next country we went through down, which were Berlin, we had a lot, I do mean a lot of trees, beautiful sceneries. You'll see somewhere I'll be zooming in on a tower or specific buildings because they really spoke to me. There were several places I did not manage to get on camera, which were entire valleys with beautiful sceneries, and you could see from the highway where we were driving. And as you probably also noticed, I am sleeping a lot on this trip, so I probably missed a lot of spots, but I definitely liked it. So, this is the room. We got a do not disturb sign, I guess that is. We got a sketch over the level. Then when you come in, you have the bathroom. Nice little cool thing. Oh, that's that one. Some funny things. Then you have the bedroom. Which is everything you actually need. And of course, a closet. Hi! That's not bad. That's my traveling outfit. I will be wearing the same thing tomorrow. So let's go down and get some dinner. There's gonna be a soup. Then some, oh sorry. That's better. There's gonna be some soup. There's gonna be some meat with something else to it and maybe a salad. And there should maybe be a dessert. I'm not sure, but we have to pay for our own drinks. And that's fine. I just need to find a Wi-Fi code for this place. And yes, I went to bed and got about 2.5 hours sleep. 1.5 to 2.5 hours sleep last night. And it's currently 8:30 in the evening. I did sleep in the bus. This is the smallest elevator I've ever been in. There's about a meter and 10, something like that. Good morning, guys. So it's 6:15 and I'm out the door. My breakfast is at 7. I do not like sleeping in these beds. First of all, it feels like I'm about to fall through them when I'm laying in them because they're not too stable. Second of all, every time I jump out, this piece knobs me in the backside of my legs and it hurts. I did not get a chance to film this place yesterday because there were so many people in here. So I'm gonna grab it right now. I do like the paintings on the wall. And out there is the bar. Leaving Germany. After a good breakfast, we are on the road again. And what I mean with, of course, Germany, when I was filming outside the hotel, it has been raining the entire time since we went into Germany, and we are getting out of Germany. And a little bit of rain in Belgium, but still, most of Germany, it was raining. Typical. But we are hitting the bus, hitting the road, and we are still seeing a lot of good sceneries, and we are going, actually at a point, we are going through a tunnel that is 3 kilometers long, and there is, if I remember correctly, there was running a river on top of that. I believe that's what she told us. Be aware, I can be remembering wrong. And they're gonna extend that tunnel from 3 kilometers to, I believe it was 6 kilometers, and that's currently what they're trying to do. Which was why we were sitting in a kind of a long time inside the tunnel to wait for the traffic to move. But I can tell that much, there's a lot of beautiful landscapes down there. In Holland, you have to pay, or French, I can't remember which one, you have to pay to drive on the highway. There's one clip from us being at that one of those spots. When we are getting to Paris, we are giving an option. First, he's shown us some of the Danish House of Designs and all that kind of stuff. The different buildings that has specific history. Then they drop us off at the Eiffel Tower to take some pictures. Then they tell us before we get there that they're gonna drop us off and we have a choice. We can go with the bus 10 minutes later to go down to the ferry, or we can stay up there and be picked up and whatever, was it 1.5 hour or something like that, and then be driven down to the ferry, or you can meet up down at the ferry. One or the other. One of the 3 things you can pick. And the ferry is down the harbor, actually at the around the place where Diana unfortunately lost her life. There is also a flame down there, which you'll see some pictures of. which is a replica of the one with that is on the lady in New York. I cannot remember what the statue is called, but it is a copy. The ferry takes us around the waters of indoor of Paris, so you will see the Notre Dame, all of the Eiffel Tower. You will see all of the things from the water side. And I actually saw some very, very interesting trees that I thought was interesting in the prospect of prospect, you know what I mean, of painting on this trip and drawing on this trip. So I took some pictures and put it in. Sorry. And I hope you can accept. I will have to make this voiceover because there's a lot of kids in this traveling. And I do not want, if I can avoid, to have any of the kids' voices on this video because I don't want to have problems with the parents. Simple as that. So I'm trying not to. Even that there were a few ones that told me that I could put them on video if I wanted to. I also had one of the families sending me videos from the light show in Disney because I ended up going home before that because I was so sick. And I was given the wrong time for the show. But it was definitely, this trip was definitely worth every single penny I used on it. And by the way, I bought a lot of merchandise. One thing we were told down there is France has a lot of security. There's cameras everywhere down there. So don't be a thief. And yes, you did see correctly. There is a wedding going on, a wedding shooting going on. A camera and a wedding, a bride and a groom are trying to get a picture in front of the big bow thing, and that's what you can see on film. So, yay, that's apparently a very, very traditional picture down there.
Der kan I se bådene ligger, der står Batobus.
Der.
Det er derhen, vi skal sejle fra. Og så kigger I ned ad floderne, der kommer vi til at sejle og køre. I'm sitting with you guys like this because I don't want anyone to get caught in the background. So the trip down here, let's just say the seats in the bus is not built for someone like me. But that's not the bus fault. That's my own. Except for that, it has been an amazing trip. We had fun all the way. And I did have some trouble with my Wi-Fi in Germany. Apparently Germany is horrible for Wi-Fi. But the moment I got down here, I finally got into Berlin or that kind of stuff. We got out of Germany into Berlin and then France. It was fine, no problem. We did not get checked even once for passport. Probably gonna be another thing when we get back up to Denmark. But I am about, let me just check the time, it's a few minutes to 4 in the afternoon, and we were supposed to meet up at 4 something to go with one of the boats behind me. So we'll take a boat ride and I'll be taking some pictures of that. And I believe I already put in some pictures of the boat that was laying at the shore, but we'll be doing that, and then after that we'll be going out to the hotel. And tomorrow they are gonna drop us off at the park, give us the instruction, and then we are gonna be let loose for the next 3 days.
Man har gjort det sådan på museet, at der er 2 store kunstværker, som folk ligesom skal se. Det er den antikke græske statue af Mona Lisa. Det er den her kvinde hop uden arme. Og så den Venus fra Milo, kvinde marmor. Så slutter kongeslottet. De har hovedindgangen her faktisk i gamle dage. Det er søjlerne her på jeres venstre hånd.
After we were done at the ferry, and we were a lot of people that were going on the ferry, we went out to the hotel where we got our dinner and then went to bed. Some went exploring on the hotel, but I went straight to bed. I was so tired. So this is the hallway, and this is my room. And hello! I'm not gonna be filming you. We have the toilet, which is kind of nice if you're more than one person. The bathroom, and you have the entire room for yourself. I like it. I really, really like it. Oh, that's a good bed. Well, my phone cut that clip off. That is the room. It's nice, it's roomy, it's wonderful. I'm gonna go down, get some food, and tap out for today. One thing I will say about Paris, there's a lot of greenery. A lot. The tree I'm gonna be putting in here is a special tree. I can't remember the name for it, but all the dirt from the air, it'll be trapped in the bark, and then it will throw off the bark. So it's a good tree to have in the city, and they have a lot of them. The next day, the cold hadn't hit in, but I was tired. I was running on about 3.5 hours sleep because I could not start sleeping for some reason. So we met up for breakfast, and then we met up at the bus afterwards. Then they drove us into the park, showed us where we were going to be picked up by the shuttles and dropped off by the shuttle, the different entrance and the train station. Within the park, I barely tripped by looking at Mickey and Minnie. They were up top on the train station platform, because after you go in through baggage check, you then go a little bit farther down, and then you go in through ticket check in, where they scan your ticket, take a picture of you, and all that kind of stuff. Right after that, you go in on the main square or something like that. And there is a train station. And on the top of that, there's a platform. And Minnie and Mickey was up there in their orange fall costume. And I did not see the edge of the walkway around it. And I almost tripped and twisted my ankle. But it was fun. I got some waves in and they waved back to me and all that kind of stuff. It was just fun. However, what was not fun were realizing on the second day, because I didn't run any rides the first day I was there. On the second day I thought, okay, I did all my shopping, all that kind of stuff, and now I want to do some rides. And I thought I wanted to do the Star Tours, which is the laser 3D tour guide with the 3PO and R2-D2, where you are literally being shown the trainings area for the rebellion and all that kind of stuff. I want to try that one. Unfortunately, I can't sit in the seats. So that's when I realized there are maybe only a few rides I can actually do. So I have to check every single ride before I even get in line. As some of them I could not check. So it turns out, as far as I figured out, I can be in the train ride around the town or around the city. I can be in the teacups behind the big castle, pink castle. I can be in Dumbo. I can be in the Paris of the Caribbean. A lady on the train ride said that I should be able to be in the Peter Pan ride, but I never went into that because the line was too bad. On the last day, I hit up the studio section where you also have the Marvel stuff, and the only ride I did there sorry, I had to collect them for it. I could not remember the name. There was 2 rides I was supposed to go on. That one was the flying carpet. I went on that. Could barely fit my leg in there, but I managed. And the other one was just beside it. It was something about under the sea. It was a Find Nemo themed one. I was in line for 1.5 hours and I was only getting through half the way. And at that point, after 1.5 hours, my right knee was hurting like crazy. And I said, you know what, I'm not going through this. We have to go home today and I can't do this. So I went back out, went over to the other end of that park area and got to see Ant-Man and bought a pin, and that's it. And then I went home. I went home to the hotel where I were around 2:15. I were with it. I just managed to get the 2 bus. Just managed to get that one. So got that and found a couch to sit on a little bit off to the side at the hotel. After I went and bought some sodas and some waters that I could drink in the bus home. And then I passed out. Within, I probably sleep about 20 minutes, and then I snored, and then I woke myself up. 5 minutes later, I was back out again. So I was tired and exhausted. Finally go over and get some dinner, which is a cheese pepperoni pizza with a lot of cheese on it. Too much. I only ate half of it. Sorry, my phone's go crazy. I only ate half of the pizza and then just sat on my phone. And then they opened up our baggage room, where we had all of our baggage stored away that morning. And we got to pack everything up early, and we all got actually about 20 minutes early away from the hotel, which is fine. That doesn't mean we got a little bit earlier home. Sorry. Sorry. What I also did when I was in the park, I got a lot of interaction with some of the characters, like Gaston, like the evil queen from Snow White. I actually asked the queen from Snow White too, because I don't have a camera. I asked if I could get a recipe on her apple, because I had some people in my life that I would really like to give that apple to. And she understood what I was going at, and she said, you know what, I'm gonna take you in as my apprentice, and I'm gonna help you out. That was fun.
Expect a small one. Don't lose yourself.
Gaston, you look beautiful today.
I know.
Where's...
Come here. Come here. Come here.
Gaston, where's Belle? Where's Belle? I did see some of the other characters where they were actually lining up for people to take pictures with them, and I'm just, you know what, I'm gonna take a picture of these guys from the distance, and I will throw some of them up on the screen. Try not to get the kids in on the but it was fun. Did pay for the pictures from Pirates of the Caribbean, and I did pay for the pictures of Darth Vader in a frame, but they did take the same type of pictures on my phone that's very similar to them. So I'm gonna show you that from Darth Vader, and I'm gonna see if I can find the one from what is it called? Pirates of the Caribbean. See if I can find that, because that's kind of like a trunk ride, and that's more known for the people in Denmark that has been to Summerland. It's more kind of like that type of ride, where you're riding in a roller coaster that's mostly in water, and you get splashed all the time. Time is about 4:15 in the afternoon, and I'm finally back in the hotel. Please don't judge me. Let's do a haul. I know the lighting isn't the best, and I sound horrible because I feel horrible. So, we have the blue lightsaber, and it is the real size one. That's over 200 euros. Then we have my Mickey ears. I know it's hard to see, but sorry. So I got those. I got a tiara, which I really don't want to take out. Looks something like that.
I got my wand made with magic. What are the opening? I did this tape shut. I know lighting is bad. I can show it later in a better lighting. Got that. Then I did build my own star lightsaber. However, I'm not good at getting it out. And your parent have to twist it in order to get it to go back in somehow. I can't seem to get it to twist. I don't know why. Have to be a little bit forceful with it. Get the point. So I grabbed that one, and then I built, of course that fall off, my own robot. R2-D2. That was not what I wanted to build, but I got a little R2-D2. The one I wanted to build is the big one. And I didn't have that option, but
help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
I got something to play with. And the last thing, going with the theme, this guy scared the bejesus out of me. Yes, that's Star Wars. I got 2, and he took about 4 or 5 on my phone. So I'm happy with this. Very happy with this. That's what I got. And that was technically everything I wanted to get. Technically. So, what's gonna happen now? Well, I'm gonna check my bank account. And I'm gonna see how much I got left. And after that, I'm gonna go down and get some hot chocolate for my throat because it's not feeling too good. And then I'm gonna chill. And tonight, it's somewhere between 9 and 10, the firework is. And I always saw the parade today. I will have to mute some of all these clips because of copyright. And it's pretty hard to actually take video down here where there's no kids in it. So if I'm not showing too much, that's why. I'm sorry. So tomorrow I can focusing on actually riding rides and don't have to shop. And that's gonna be nice and relaxing. I won't have to worry out my arms or anything like that. It is a problem because I do not have the app and the app cannot run on my phone. And in order to get the pictures, I have to order a time slot to get it. And that was kind of a little bit of a problem because I go up there, one guy, he said, oh, come back at 2 and I can get you in. Okay. I come back 10 minutes to 2. I said 2. I said, okay, I'm just here in case something opens up. Yeah, and I said you will have to wait until 2. Then another guy comes in, take over the other guy's job. I don't know if shift or whatever it is. And he has me repeating everything the other guy said. He said, well, I can't get you in at 2, but I can get you in at 2:41. I said, couldn't the guy not have ordered the time so I could got in by 2? And I still was standing in line for at least 20 minutes after that, the time slot. So come on, guys, be a little bit more practical, please. But I got in, I got the pictures, and I got some pictures of Sleeping Beauty and some of the other characters. I got some video of. I don't think I can actually show the one with the stepsisters. We were talking, let's say it like that. And there was Mickey. When I just got in, Mickey and Minnie, they were up on the balcony thingy, saying hello. So yeah, it was a good day. Get what, guys? I don't have a voice today. I bought a scarf. And I got a set of headphones. Yesterday evening, I got this. It's a magnet. And I got a shoulder body. And I got Chip. Now I'm gonna eat some painkillers and then I'm gonna take a nap. You guys are probably thinking, Henry, what are you doing? You don't work there. I know how much it takes to do this stuff, so if I can help a little bit, I will do that. So, towels on the floor. Dirty laundry is on the floor. Bottles. In the corner. Except for the one I'm using. Everything's packed up. Yeah. I think it's time to go. It has been a wonderful vacation, even with this. So I am on my way back now to the entrance, which is over here. I have a few hours until the fireworks starts. So on back to home going. We drove all night. We had a break at around 11:30.
and got some Belgian chocolate for Laura and me, and then we went back to the bus, because in Holland and Germany you have to pay to go and use the toilets, unfortunately. At least when you go farther south in Germany. Just up around the border to Denmark you don't have to. Then we drove all night. They had a small stop to change what's it called? The drivers around, because there was 2 drivers. And then around 7 in the morning, they were at the Danish-German border near Padborg. And we actually went in and did some shopping. We could buy breakfast and go to the toilet. And then we were told we could go in and shop a little bit, but there was not enough space for everyone to get 3 frames of soda or beer or something like that. That would not go. So be mindful, but if everyone got 1 frame of soda or beer, that would be fine. So I went and got some chocolate mini bars, a chocolate advent calendar, and some Ferrero Rocher, which is a chocolate too. And that's all I got. And they said they were gonna shut off the bus and no one would be able to get in. But I came out probably a half hour before we were gonna leave, because I wasn't gonna eat anything. I didn't feel hungry, and I did have some cinnamon griffles in my bag for this particular situation. And I could barely eat any one of those because I wasn't feeling okay. So I got to go into the bus a little bit early together with a couple other people. And then when everyone was back, we drove home. And I was back in Denmark around, in Skive, around 12 o'clock. And I have on this entire trip having problem with my headphones. To that point, it has made me get a scar in my ear. So I had to find some other headphones. I found those at the train station shop. Lucky for me, only 20 euros, but that's fine. I used them all the way home, so that was just perfect. Then in the park, you have to go through a bag check first. And one of the kids had a keychain which looked like a pew-pew. And even that it was just a keychain, it were enough for the actual police which is there, together with the military. I have one day where I have a picture of a military guy standing outside. It's not for them to pull them aside, the family aside, to actually take the keychain from him. And I'm pretty sure that kid was traumatized for the rest of the day. I saw him the next day and he looks better, but I asked if they took the keychain, and they say yes, they took the keychain, because apparently you can put in some kind of stuff into it, and that was enough to put it in the category of being dangerous, even that is not dangerous at all, but in their eye it were, and their responsibility is to keep everyone safe. So he lost his keychain that looks like a little tiny pew-pew, unfortunately for him. But that's just how life goes, unfortunately. Hello. Hi. Hi. Hi, Anton. Hi. Hej Saunema. Hej Saunema. Fiona! Hi. Oh, you sounded my. Come. Let's go inside. Hi. Hi, Fiona. Hi. 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 Nope. Hej alle sammen. I'm home. It was a long drive. We went into the Ottodubo in Germany to pick up some snacks and get some food. And it's now, just a second, 1 o'clock. My dad just dropped me off. And I have some packages I need to go and pick up. And I have 2 kitty cats I need to take care of. And I need to relax. But in any case, I'm home. And I had a wonderful day at a trip. So I'll definitely do that again. Yes, I am now home. This is Sunday. We came home on Friday. I'm finally sitting and eating. And I would like to say thank you for sticking with me on this ride. It has been a long one, but definitely worth it. I will look forward to going down there again. But next time it will be when I have been getting the operation, so I'll be able to get into more of the attraction down there. And I think I got a couple of people that would actually like to go with me down there. I just think I do. In any case, thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button, the bell for notification, and throw on that like. And again, thank you to the people that sent me the videos. I will make sure to send you the links to this video too. Bye guys!